Morality deals with the whole concept of understanding what is right and what is wrong. We usually explain our actions by saying, I'm sorry, but this is against my morals. Developmental psychologists for a long time have discussed and debated issues related to how our morality or conscience develops. Moral development involves the development of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that are related to the rules and conventions of our society. In other words, it's about how we deal with and interact with people around us, even though it sounds too simplistic. Hello and welcome to yet another video of Psychophilics, and in this segment, we will be talking about Kohlberg's theory of model development. Freud called it the superego. He said, this component of our personality suppresses our impulses and desires and ensures that they are expressed in more socially acceptable ways. He said this would involve children avoiding punishment and developing their superego by identifying and internalizing their parents' persona. But Freud's theory lacks scientific backing, as we all know. On the other hand, in classic behavioral terms, children learn rules through rewards and punishments. In other words, when they're rewarded for socially acceptable behaviors, they will be more likely to repeat the same. Punishment against behaviors that are against social conventions reduce their likelihood. And it's shown that parent child relationships, conversations about moral issues, and discussions about emotions contribute to moral development, even resulting in learning the concepts of sharing and helping. Cognitive developmental psychologist Jean Piaget noted that as children grow, their moral reasoning starts shifting towards realizing that rules are subject to change. There are specific intentions behind actions that are worth understanding, and that punishment does not always follow mistakes or wrongdoings. These ideas of Piaget developed the foundations of Kohlberg's model developmental theory. Kohlberg studied this concept through usage of ethical or moral dilemmas. He used a method called a model judgment interview. He checked how children of different ages reasoned or explained these model dilemmas. A classic case of a model dilemma is on your screen. To just sum this up, in Europe, a woman was suffering from a very rare type of cancer, and only one drug that was recently discovered could save her life. Her husband Heinz went on a mission to get this drug, and eventually he found out that the shopkeeper, the druggist, was selling it for 10 times the actual production cost. Despite insisting that his wife was terminally ill and that Heinz was poor and did not have enough money to get the drug, the druggist still denied selling it for a lower price. Eventually, Heinz sneaked into the drugstore and stole this and tried to save his wife. This is a case that was presented to all the subjects who participated in Kohlberg's study. Based on the responses from the subjects, Kohlberg proposed three stages of moral development. The first one was pre-conventional stage, which is usually seen below the age of 9. It is the lowest stage of moral reasoning that involves children making their decision based on external rewards and punishment. For example, children in this stage would respond to the case by saying it is wrong, as Heinz might go to jail if caught. The second stage is called the conventional stage, and this usually persists in the age of adolescence. This involves evaluating a situation based on specific social standards or specific social norms, and this can accommodate the legal system as well. Conventions decided by the social context are used as a ground for morality. The subject here might say that Heinz's behavior was wrong as stealing was against the law. Finally, we have the post conventional stage, which is the highest level of moral reasoning. And this is usually seen in early adulthood and persists throughout life. And the moral reasoning in this stage is usually more novel, more internal, and more subjective. People start going ahead of social boundaries to understand morality. In the case of Heinz, they might start justifying Heinz's behavior by saying that he was poor and he had the right to get the drug. And the druggist's behavior was not helping, or he was antisocial or unempathetic. To sum up, the pre conventional stage involves trying to understand morality based on basic rewards and punishments. Second, the conventional stage involves trying to understand morality or moral reasoning through socially accepted conventions and rules that are usually set by the society. And finally, we have the post conventional stage, which usually focuses on internal or subjective ideas of morality that are usually developed as people start aging, as people start entering early adulthood. In the final stage, people try to morally reason more maturely and also attempt to establish some amount of empathy in their moral reasoning. I hope this video has given you a brief understanding of Kohlberg's theory of moral development and certain perspectives that have led to it. The next video will detail about the criticisms of Kohlberg's theory and will also test whether Kohlberg's theory is applicable to different cultures. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon to receive updates when there is a new Psychophilics video. Thank you and see you in the next one.